Have you ever waited for something so eagerly, so faithfully, that you missed it when it finally arrived? Today, I want to share a story with you, a powerful story about an elderly woman named Maura. It's a tale that might just change the way you see the world and the people around you. Grandma Maura was a woman of unwavering faith. Every morning, she would wake up with the sun, her heart filled with a single profound belief that one day, Jesus himself would visit her home. She would clean her small, humble house until it sparkled, prepare a special meal, and set an extra place at her table just in case today was the day. Her neighbors would often see her, a gentle smile on her face, gazing out her window, waiting. For her, it wasn't a matter of if, but when. She had prayed for this visit, lived for this visit, and her entire being was focused on this one sacred appointment. One sunny afternoon, as Maura was busy kneading dough for a fresh loaf of bread, she heard a faint knock on her door. Her heart leaped. Could it be him? She rushed to the door, her hands still dusted with flour, her breath caught in her throat. She swung the door open, her eyes wide with anticipation. But standing on her doorstep was not the glorious figure she had imagined. It was a small, shivering child, his clothes tattered and his face smudged with dirt. His eyes, wide and pleading, looked up at her. "Ma'am," he whispered, his voice barely audible. "I'm so hungry. Do you have a little piece of bread?" Maura's face fell. A wave of disappointment washed over her. This was not Jesus. This was just a street urchin. She was busy preparing for a far more important guest. "I'm sorry, little one," she said, her voice strained. "I'm expecting someone very special today. I can't be disturbed. Go now, please." And with a heavy heart, she slowly closed the door, leaving the hungry child standing alone on her porch. She returned to her kitchen, her mind already back on her important preparations, trying to shake off the image of the boy's sad eyes. Not long after, there was another knock. This time, it was louder, more insistent. Maura's hope surged once more. Perhaps this was him. She smoothed her apron, took a deep breath, and hurried to the door. Standing there was her old friend Elena, a woman who lived just down the lane. Elena looked tired, her shoulders slumped, her eyes filled with a deep sadness. "Maura," she began, her voice cracking, "I'm sorry to bother you. I'm just so thirsty and I feel so alone today. My heart is heavy. Could I possibly have a glass of water and just talk for a little while?" Again, Maura's hopeful expression faded. It was only Elena. She had so much to do. Her special guest could arrive at any moment. "Oh, Elena, I'm so sorry, but today is not a good day," Maura replied, trying to sound gentle but firm. "I'm preparing for a very important visitor. We can talk another time, all right?" She gave her friend a quick, apologetic pat on the arm and closed the door, leaving Elena to walk away, her head bowed even lower. Maura sighed. The timing was just so inconvenient. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across her floor, a third knock echoed through the house. This one was frantic, desperate. Maura's heart pounded in her chest. This must be it. The final visit of the day. She opened the door, her hands trembling slightly. A man stood before her, his face etched with worry and panic. He held a small limp child in his arms. "Please, ma'am, please help me," he cried out, his voice choked with tears. "My son is terribly sick. The doctor is far away and I have no money for medicine." Maura looked at the sick child, then at the desperate father, and then at her perfectly set table. Her guest, the Lord himself, was due any moment. How could she possibly leave her home now? She was torn, but her lifelong expectation won out. I can't," she stammered, shaking her head. "I am waiting for the Lord. I must be here when he arrives. I will pray for you," she offered, before gently but firmly shutting the door for the third and final time. The sound of the man's pleading faded as he stumbled away into the twilight. The hours passed. The sun disappeared completely, and the moon cast a silvery glow into her quiet home. The special meal grew cold on the table. The extra chair remained empty. Maura waited and waited, but Jesus never came. Finally, exhausted and heartbroken, she fell into a deep, troubled sleep. And in her sleep, she had a dream. In the dream, she saw a radiant light, and from the light, the face of Jesus appeared. He looked at her not with anger, but with a profound sadness in his eyes. Maura fell to her knees. "My Lord," she wept, "I waited for you. I cleaned my house, I prepared a meal, I watched the door all day long, but you did not come. Why, Lord? Why did you not come?" Jesus' voice was gentle, like a soft breeze, yet it pierced her heart. "But Maura," he said, "I did come. I came to your door 3 times today, and 3 times you turned me away." Maura looked at him, confused. "What do you mean, Lord? I saw no one but a hungry child, a lonely friend, and a desperate father." Jesus' gaze was full of love and sorrow. "The hungry child was me," he explained. "I was hungry and you gave me no food. The lonely friend was me. I was thirsty and alone, and you did not comfort me. The sick child and his father, that was also me. I was sick and in need, and you did not help me." He leaned closer, his voice filled with gentle compassion. "Maura, you were so busy looking for me in a grand and glorious way that you failed to see me in the simple, humble people who needed you. Don't you remember my words? Whatever you do for the least of your brothers and sisters, you do for me." Maura awoke with a start, tears streaming down her face. The dream felt more real than reality itself. The Lord's words echoed in her soul, and the full weight of her actions crashed down upon her. She had been waiting for a king, but she had turned away the very people he came to serve. This story of Grandma Maura teaches us a timeless and vital lesson. How often are we like her? We go to church, we pray, we wait for a sign, a grand miracle, a divine intervention. We look for God in the thunder and the lightning, but we miss him in the quiet whisper of a neighbor in need. True faith isn't just about waiting, it's about acting. It's about seeing the face of Christ in the faces of those around us. He is in the hungry person we pass on the street. He is in the friend who calls us, feeling lonely and lost. He is in the family struggling to make ends meet. God's presence isn't confined to the altar. He walks among us every single day, disguised in the ordinary. His message through this story is clear. Don't wait for a special invitation to show kindness. Don't wait for the perfect moment to be compassionate. The moment is now. The person in front of you is your opportunity to serve him. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, is an act of worship. Opening your door to someone in need is opening your heart to God himself. So let's ask ourselves today, who is knocking on our door? Is it a family member who needs a listening ear? A coworker who is struggling? A stranger who needs a helping hand? Will we be like Maura in the beginning, too busy with our own expectations to see the Christ in front of us? Or will we learn from her profound realization? Let us open our eyes and our hearts. Let us choose to see him, not just in our prayers, but in our actions. Because every day, Jesus asks us the same question. Will you open the door for me? Thank you for listening. If this story touched your heart, please consider sharing it with someone who might need to hear this message. And remember to subscribe for more stories that inspire and challenge us to live with more faith, hope, and love. Until next time, take care and look for the miracles in the ordinary.